welcome to the show. I am your host, Suzanne Monk, host of the one and only all-live Periscope newscast about Donald J. Trump. Welcome to the show. Hey, Ronald, how are you doing? Hope you're having a great day today. It is sweaty in Chicago, you guys, so if I do this, it's just to keep the sweat off my lip while I'm talking, so we're just going to keep on going. I have air in the other room, but I got the studio set up in here where I just don't want to spend that much kind of money. So put the fan on and we endure. That's what we do. That's what Trump people do. We make do when we have to. So let's talk about the latest news, you guys. The media continues. Hey, do you all? The media continues its ongoing smear of everything Trump says, no matter what Donald Trump says. I need to get this through everybody's heads because we, as Trump supporters, we need to not only stop listening to the lies of the media, but we need to refute the lies of the media on social media. We need to be the voice of facts and reason. So the reason why I tell you guys what they're telling us, so we know not to believe this crap. So Donald Trump was interviewed, and somebody had asked him what happens if he doesn't win, and he basically made the point, look, he has a great life. He'll have a nice vacation if he doesn't win. It's very important for the country that we win. Donald Trump doesn't care about the election. He's just doing this for fun. This is the media. This is what they do. They ask him questions. And it's not that he's not professional. He's not a politician. That is so awesome to hear. And we actually, all of us on the Trump train really are happy for a Brexit. We're really happy for national sovereignty to be restored. Frankly, I'm going to just say while England while you have me in the house, I was for that the whole time. I wasn't really a big fan of this whole getting together and combining all the currencies because I really think it takes away from the culture, the rich, unique cultures that Europe has had in each of those different countries. And I thought that was going to be a negative altogether. And, well, here we are. And I'm glad you guys got your country back. So, even though I'm still a little bit mad about that 1812 thing. I'll get over it. It's totally fine. We want jobs. And so this is the thing. The news is busy telling us all of this crap. Trump doesn't care. He did a speech where he was talking to people. Hey, we need more people to come out. Get out the vote in Utah. Get out the vote in Ohio and Pennsylvania. We need help there. The news reports as Donald Trump is desperate. He has no campaign in these states. No, it's called getting out the vote. You guys got to try harder. Every time, every one of you, come on. Oh, blah, blah. It's just ridiculous. JK. Okay. So, the media is going to spin everything. Donald Trump is actually getting out the vote. He's talking about the battleground states he needs. It is our job to continue to share the information. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to talk about this strategy, then we're going to talk about some of the other news going on. I have a 3-point strategy. You did a good job for pretending. That was good pretending. There's a 3-point strategy. Whatever the media says, whether it's an interview, whether it's a speech, whatever crazy thing they take out of context. Step number 1, go see the speech. Go find the interview online. Go find the speech online. RSBN.TV has a lot of that. If they don't have the interview, you can go to the station that, CBS or whatever had the actual interview. Find the interview. Watch the whole thing in context. The media is taking everything out of context. It's our job to put it back into context. So it's your job. Go watch it in context. Step number 1. Step number 2, share that information. If you have to, take a clip of the speech and edit out. Get a little editing program. Do what you can. Share that information. If you can't edit, just share the whole clip. Tell people, hey, it's right at 7:15. Give people a number of where it's at. Make sure people are getting the information accurately because the media is not going to do that. It's our job to do it. 3, most important, you guys, stop glomming on. Trump needs to control his tongue. Trump he just says things no, he doesn't. When you watch it in context, it's perfectly rational speech. The media is who takes the things out of context to make it sound, just like people say, he's unfit, he's crazy, he doesn't have any plans. The media is taking that out of context over and over and over again. So it's our job to put it back in context. And it's our job also not to glom onto this idea. Once you start looking at the things in context, you're going to be even more mad. You're going to be less mad at Trump for having a loose tongue, and you're going to be more mad at the media for misreporting a responsible and sound candidate explaining rational and viable policies. You're going to be mad when you do it. You're going to be really, really mad because the media is completely out of control. So I'm so tired of you guys. Trump's got to keep himself under control. Trump's going to continue to speak and talk. And it doesn't matter what he said. He could say, I love babies. And somehow he would hate babies. That's the media. Yes, literally F the media. Literally. They're horrible. Absolutely, absolutely horrible. So I wanted to talk about that strategy because as I'm going to tell you all these things that the negative media does, it's our job to go out, talk about those clips in context. Just like we did with from the beginning, nothing has changed, everyone. Nothing has changed. From the moment Trump came down on the escalator, he came down and he gave his speech, talked about how some Mexicans are rapists and criminals and some are good people, and the media said all Mexicans are rapists. From that moment, we have had to take and put it back into context and share that and fight the media. I don't want anybody getting despaired. That's what's so key. They want us to feel there's no hope. There's no hope in the situation. So they have control and we have to presume Trump is going to lose. And that's what they do. And we have to know that's not the case. And if we look at the social media trending, if we look at the tangible things, the polls are very easy to skew right now. As we know, they're weighting the polls democratically. Any polls that are taken by human beings have about a 4 to 7 point margin less for Trump than a robot. So because there's a reverse Bradley effect being exhibited here, and they've done studies on this already. So some of the most honest pieces of information we can get are what kind of social media attention Donald Trump is getting, what kind of rally attendance he's getting. These are other forms of polls in addition to the traditional polling. So we have to pay attention to those as well and share those people. Now, this is so true. I hope not only the Americans see the media lies, but it's also important that we get the information out. Now, WikiLeaks is coming out with a whole bunch of new emails. They've come out with recent leaks about Hillary Clinton and her dealings with setting up meetings between companies and government agencies through the State Department after Bill had received speech money. So it's our job to pound on that. And I want to commend Senator Rand Paul. That is so good. That is so good. Ronald says he posts positive stories on the HuffPost and CNN and Politico. You keep posting. You keep posting. We need to keep flooding them because one of my the fourth part of my plan, of my media strategy, call and complain. When the media is obviously biased, when you're turned on the news and it is just ridiculously Trump, you have a few minutes, call them and tell them they suck. Yeah, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And the more we call them and say, look, we're not going to watch you if you keep doing this, it eventually has some effect. Yeah, exactly. So let's do this additionally. So we're going to be looking forward at some additional leaks that Hillary Clinton. Keep making those connections. Every article you can get, we're going to need to share. And keep talking about Hillary Clinton's corruption. Now, on that point, in addition to doing the show, and Fox is barely, that's so true. It says Fox is the only watchable network and barely watchable. Because today they had Charlie Gasparino on like 5 shows, and Charlie Gasparino, anybody who watches Fox knows, Charlie Gasparino has such a case of Trump derangement syndrome, it is not even funny. Charlie, get help. Get help, okay? Go see somebody about your condition. He's messed up. He can't, he's so freaked out about Donald Trump. It ruins every show. It absolutely makes it very difficult to watch. Outnumbered, completely uncontrollable today. Yeah. Sandra Clark was so upset. So, on the line of Hillary Clinton, I put together, in addition to the show, I have just started a one-woman super PAC. It's called One Woman for Trump PAC, and we make ads. We make television, internet ads, not television. Maybe the television. If they give me a job, it'll be great. So, Hannity's good. Lou Dobbs is good. I've been liking Trish Regan. They've had Eric Bowling sitting in for Bill O'Reilly, so a lot of that is great. So I'm going to show you this ad right here. This is an ad I made for the One Woman for Trump PAC, and we're just going to show you the ad right here. So let me get you set up so we can turn up the volume and push play. So that's it. I mean, it's it probably went backwards with the you know, doing the phone and the Periscope and all the thing, but you like that, right?
Donald Trump is going to
good.
beat Hillary
Okay,
Clinton.
pause. Yeah, I've heard that guy say that story a million times. So I'm going to share that on the page. I have been blocked on Facebook for the last couple of days, so I haven't been able to post directly to the Trump Talk US page on Facebook. I'm going to fix that and make sure that we have several admins so somebody can always get on the page, because Facebook has been deliberately attacking Trump supporters and conservatives, blocking them for the slightest little thing. And so we do need to be, just keep pounding away. You know, that's funny. I'm going to respond to that, because sometimes when people chime in, we do respond. He says Trump loves the uneducated. Trump did make a comment that said that he loves, he talked about the highly educated, the low educated. He loves the low educated. What he meant in the time was he loves the blue collar worker. Not everybody has the means to go to college. Some people work very hard, and I'll tell you that story in a minute. Some people work very hard. Yeah, I know, he did say that, and I'm explaining to you exactly why he said that. What he was talking about is blue-collar workers and appreciating not just the highly educated, I'm an analyst, you're an apologist. Not just the highly educated, but also people who aren't as educated. Why is that bad? Why is it wrong to appreciate those who didn't get a college education, who work blue-collar jobs, who maybe work a trade, say mining, construction, auto mechanic, many plumber, electrician, any of the other building trades, janitorial work, sanitation work. There's countless jobs that are blue-collar jobs that didn't necessarily get an education, and these are the people Donald Trump was saying he loves. And you are an elitist snob, Mr. Whoever you were, answer the question, because you seem to have a problem with blue-collar jobs and people appreciating blue-collar jobs. So America needs jobs, white and blue-collar, and that's why we need to stop sending our jobs overseas. We need to stop continuing to go forward with policies like the TPP that Hillary Clinton will certainly pass. Now, interesting, Rand Paul, we'll have a question and answer. I'm going to talk about this for a second. Rand Paul is, in fact, on the Hillary attack train right now, and I'm very proud of him. I know it was a rough campaign for Rand Paul, and there were some rough moments. But to see him come out today, do such a great interview, and speak so strongly towards working on the lies and perjury that Hillary Clinton performed before the United States Congress, to him specifically, amongst many other things, as well as endangering of national secrets and the results of that, what role the Clinton Foundation. That's so sweet. This poor fool says, who's Rand Paul? Who's Rand Paul? Trump's pool boy? Who's Rand Paul? You should look up. He's a senator. See, this is why we don't think you should vote. I mean, you're welcome to, and you're legally allowed to, and there's nothing I can do to stop you from voting. But if you don't know who one of the other major candidates in the election was, and I have to tell it to you, maybe you shouldn't vote. Maybe you really don't have enough information to vote. He's still a senator, sweetheart. You're so cute. The haters are so cute. We just love our haters. We just love our haters. Here, this is something they're going to hate. They're going to love that. They're going to hate this even more, because they love to hate my Trump reason of the day. It's one of their favorite things to hate. My Trump reason of the day. Everyone wants to be upset. Donald Trump doesn't spend all his time talking on the teleprompter. He doesn't have all these little written points down. He isn't told what to say at every given moment. He speaks from the cuff. Today, even in very important speeches, he speaks without a teleprompter and speaks from his heart, from his mind, from his prepared notes. That his little note card he pulls out maybe in the way that every speaker has ever done since the dawn of time until we invented this stupid machine called the teleprompter that makes you look like you're staring off into space while you're talking to people. Donald Trump is actually an innovator in the political process as an orator. As a speaker, he's doing something no one has done in a very long time, and that is actually engage in the art of public speaking. No one's doing that. Hillary Clinton isn't doing that. She's got the little teleprompters all the time. And we've all seen when she tries to engage in the art of public speaking, it's not very artful. She's very ungraceful at going off the cuff. Donald Trump, much better. Much, much better. So, that's my Trump reason of the day. He's a great speaker. And he knows how to speak. He's an innovative, self-speaking orator. And that's something we definitely need in today's day and age. So let's talk about the rallies and then we'll do some question and answers. So everybody pull in, think of your questions, even if you have hater questions, try to form it in the form of a question. That's a statement. That's a good example of, I'm happy to, she says, Trump is losing in the polls. That's a statement. What you're going to need to do is form it in a question. Why is Trump losing in the polls? What do you think about Trump is losing in the polls? Isn't it great? You know exactly what I'm saying. You've never seen a politician speak like him. You watched him in Green Bay, right? That's what I'm talking about. That's my reason for the day. It's absolutely great. Raw Haircut says 38 gold medals. Go USA. I love it, and I love the way Trump's been totally supportive of the Olympics. So, form your questions in the form of a question. So that little question mark squiggly thing can go at the end. Let's talk about the rallies real quick while you're doing that. Donald Trump will be on Friday, Erie, Pennsylvania, 2 p.m., and Altoona, Pennsylvania, 6 p.m. Saturday, Fairfield, Connecticut at 7:30 p.m. I love the parts we get to ignore the dumb things that people say we ignore. Monday, he will be in Youngstown, Ohio at 2 p.m. So those are all great chances. If you are in the region, go see him in live person. Nothing like it. Absolutely nothing like it. Why Connecticut? You know, I'm going to answer that just because it's a question, even though I still got Mike dates to talk about. Why Connecticut? Because Trump's operating a 50-state strategy, and he's going to operate in all of the states. And if there's a convenient opportunity to continue to work along the East Coast, speaking in various places, there are places that both in the cities and in more rural areas. Trump's speaking everywhere. He's making Hillary Clinton spend her money every single place. That's a strategy that's happening. And he's working it very, very well. Now, I hope y'all are sending in some money. I know even some Gary Johnson people who have sent in money to Donald Trump. You know why? Because they don't want Hillary Clinton to win. That's why. So they want to make sure one way or the other we don't get Hillary Clinton. Which for all you never Trumpers, because I know you tune into this show sometimes, and you make me the most crazy. Like, I get the Bernie people. I totally get them. Like, I get the Hillary people. I get the Democrats who got dyed-in-the-wool anti-Republican phobia. I get that. What I don't get is you never Trumpers are happily helping Hillary Clinton get elected, and you know she's the most corrupt, crooked, absolutely criminal person in the world. And you're just trying to get her elected. That's so cute. Just, we'll take a moment. Some people just, you know, when you do a Trump show, some people are such haters. They do this little thing. They tell me, oh, fuck Trump, or whatever. Some people actually just come and say, hi, fatty. That's what they say. You know what? I'm a comedian. I tell jokes about my fat ass all the time. So the last thing you're going to hurt my feelings with is calling me fat boo. But that is so sweet that you would try. That is so sweet. So, let's do a little question and answer section. As soon as I get over Mike, La Crosse, Wisconsin, 3 p.m. These are Friday. Milwaukee, Wisconsin at 7 p.m. We'll have additional dates as we go forward. You guys, if we can't see the rally live, and not everybody's fortunate enough, sometimes they get locked out. Sometimes the fire marshal is in league with the Never Trumpers and keeps the room capacity that was 4,000 down to only 1,000 people. Sometimes that happens. Many things can happen. If you can't watch it live, go see it on rsbn.tv. That's always where I find everything I need. They have everything, and they're great. So, that being said, before we do Trump Hotties, do you have any questions about the Trump campaign? This would be the time to ask them, as opposed to the usual time when you smear them over all of the news. So, are you Trump Hottie? Pink Weather, send me a picture. Send me a picture. Why is what flopping, Man of Mystery? What are you talking about? The campaign? Do you mean Donald Trump's campaign? It's not flopping. That's misinformation provided to each other by the mainstream media, so that they can give you the idea that Hillary is doing better than she really is, despite all of her scandals, and so that the Trump voters are disillusioned and frustrated, and they don't show up to the polls. They don't go and do early voting. You guys, if you can early vote in your state, do it. Not naked. Pink Weather, send only clothed. It doesn't do me any good to see you naked. I don't really care. Pennsylvania for Trump here. Welcome, Pennsylvania. It's very important. You guys get out the vote. There's going to be a lot of, you got to get your coal miners, your blue collar workers, all of it. Get them out to the polls. We're going to be really surprised on election day to see how different the election numbers are from the polling. So it's very important to keep that in mind when you're talking about why is the campaign, quote, flopping. That's not actually the case, and the media knows full well that they've been skewing the polls, and it's very obvious. Even the Democrats say that. So, yeah, totally, he's totally going to crush her. I've looked at some of even the battleground polls we're still fighting for. We're still fighting in Iowa. We're still fighting in all these places. A few companies can make a poll that's very high for Hillary Clinton and skew it entirely. So, even Fox, absolutely even Fox. Well, there's some concern here. The Never Trump movement is actually, my sister lives out in Utah. The Never Trump movement is strong out in Utah. There is a problem. There's nothing wrong with saying that. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, we want to do better in Utah because there's a bunch of whiny Never Trumpers down there. He says he's down 15 points in New Hampshire. There's a bunch of states that are going to go blue that he's down in. There's also a bunch of states that are going to go red that he's up in. Those states don't matter. The battleground states are the ones that matter. So pay attention. That's what's important. How big is the Nevada Trump party? I don't know. I know that there's a strong contingent of people in Nevada. I also know that Nevada's got a bunch of weird politics. So that's absolutely. He says he's losing every swing state. That's absolutely not true. That's absolutely not true. You should go on the Real Clear Politics average, go look at the electoral map, break it down through those battleground states. Not true. Many of them within the margin of error, so basically a statistical tie. Some he's leading, some he's not. That's what's called an election. So, which states is winning? You should go look. We do this usually every day. You should go look. No, you didn't. I know you didn't because I know how long it takes. It takes me 45 minutes to look through every single one to make sure that I've gathered all the information. So I know you didn't do it in 5 seconds. I also love Trump. I cannot wait to vote for him. It's important that we don't just, there will be a bombshell against Hillary soon. The WikiLeaks is coming out, and there's going to be a pretty big thing. The Never Trump group is froze up. We're going to patch these hotties in. So let's do hotties before we get any further. Make sure we carry. That's one of the best parts. We can do a little more question and answer afterwards. So Trump hotties of the day. Let's see here. Some of my favorites actually, as always, everyone's all upset about Trump's immigration plans, and they all say there aren't any Latinos who would vote for Trump, but sometimes not only there are, but they're hot. So, this is our... Oh, it unfroze, so that's good. She's got a Latinas for Trump. She's in front of the Trump for president in Spanish. That's great. And she got her American flag headband, which is awesome. Which is absolutely awesome. So I'm going to just clip this on to the rest of the episode. So let us do this part. Y'all can reach me here, as always. I'm the Trumpetarian on Twitter. You can email the show trumptalkus@gmail.com. If you have any pictures, send them to me. I'm happy to meet the people that I'm actually sending pictures of. That's great. This is where you can see all the back episodes. www.trumptalk.us. You can see all of our back episodes. This is episode 76. So we've actually had 101 broadcasts. There are about 25 special editions to take a look at. discussing each and every one of Trump's policies. And I will be linking. CCM Philly says Hillary is close to winning in Georgia and North Carolina. She's not. I mean, I know the polls show that it's closer than it used to be, but you guys have to keep in mind what has happened recently with the polls. Multiple polls have been shown to have skewed. Now, the Real Clear Politics average is an average of the polls. So if I have a poll that's Trump ahead 3, Hillary ahead 4, that's going to mean that Hillary is up 0.5. Now, if I have a bunch of polls, 3, 4, 3, 4, Hillary ahead 72, or Hillary ahead 15 or 17, crazy points, that poll number the average gets much larger, skewed, than it naturally would. So every time they do one of these polls that's skewed, that affects the average. She won't win. She's not going to win. You're absolutely, we'll see. I hope if that's your candidate, good luck. But there's a lot of factors, including the way the polls are going, frankly, that demonstrate it's maybe not as good as you think it is. So, like I said, you can reach me out here. And we were talking a little bit about the DNC murders, which Julian Assange is offering a $2,400 reward. Debate schedule, September 26th, October 9th, October 19th. We're going to find out more about that, whether or not any of those have been changed. As we know, 2 of those are on football nights, and Donald Trump has issued some concerns about that. So that's all the news coming up, you guys. Thanks for tuning into the show. We'll be back again tomorrow. And next week I'm going to take a little vacation, but I'm going to try to do the Trump talk on the road. So that's how dedicated I am to you guys. I'm going to actually try to tell you about Donald Trump while I'm on vacation. What? So we'll see how that goes. So that's our show. Thanks for jumping back on. And give me a little jumping. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.